right. What's going on, everybody? Howdy, howdy, y'all. We're getting started off with the picks and bans here tonight for Kuma's Matatas up against the Blood Angels. All right, starting off with a couple Guardian bans here. Bake. I'm a little questionable about the Bake pick. I feel like Bake is not as strong. Maybe they've got a player on their team who's known for that Bake pick.
Yeah, I'd agree. I feel like after Bake got his nerf, you don't really see him that often. I mean, on her ban is huge though.
Yep. I do agree with that one. I agree with every other ban so far. I think it's definitely worth a while, but yeah,
I don't know. I think the first bans are both strange, Athena and Baka.
dude,
Bake.
Athena,
I don't think Athena's good at all.
Really? I must be the low MMR talking, CloggedBean.
No, so bad.
Okay. Oh, that's a power pick. That's a good one right there. I wonder if Skinwalker's the tank. Truthfully, I'll be completely honest, everybody here in the audience, I do not know a lot of these names. So I'm kind of just going off of picks here and God's strength. I don't really know, strength of these specific players. But I do like the Sobek. I do like the Agni. Okay, Charybdis is acceptable. It's a good counter to that Sobek. You see Sobek charge in, you have that little immunity on Instacast, and then you're safe. You're good for that. So that makes sense.
Not to mention CC immune alt. But I will say this: I will be very upset going into this if Charybdis is not playing Charybdis. That will just feel wrong in every manner.
That's very fair. I didn't even catch that. Good catch there. Ooh.
The Agni pick's a little soon in my opinion. Come tomorrow when that new update drops, the dude's gonna be amazing. Being mobile with while he's firing his ult, it's gonna take him to the next level in the mage tier. Like, he's not bad, he's good for sure, but giving that extra mobility, not being rooted during the ability, is gonna make him a lot better. It's gonna be a lot like Anubis being able to move in his like breath of the locust or whatever it's called exactly.
Yeah, definitely. I would have, if I were this team captain, I would have tried and push for this update to happen tomorrow if I knew we had an Agni player on our team. Yeah. Going forward, we have Achilles, which is a massive pick. I think a very skilled Achilles can make or break games with that Xe. If he's able to hit those, he's able to time relics and realize, hey, they don't have Aegis up, they don't have blah, blah, blah. I'm able to secure this, and I'm able to get, a triple quadra kill, if anything. Yeah. So that'll be huge. Yeah. Heimdall as well, having that safety, definitely able to negate picks. A quick little Bifrost is going to get you into safety. Very safe picks. Very safe picks.
The classic Wukong pick.
Oh.
You see it. I feel like you see it in every competitive match. He's always if the main warriors get banned, someone's playing Wukong. It's just always someone's comfort pick.
There was only one warrior ban. It was Bologna. I mean, it's just crazy to see that. It's ugly. It's ugly. I mean, it's just so safe. It's so. I mean, it's definitely not weak by any means, but it's just so safe. If you don't bait out that bird, I mean, that bird will take you from past the midpoint of the lane all the way to back under tower.
Mm-hmm.
It is crazy how powerful that third is that Wukong has. Okay, so we're seeing some good bans here. A lot of assassin bans. There are no junglers picked at the moment, unless we're going to see something crazy like Wukong jungle. No junglers picked. The Ganesh ban I do agree with.
Really?
Dude, think about it. Wukong's big thing is abilities, right? A lot of what we hate about Wukong is those abilities. Ganesh silence is going to stop that. Same thing with the. I guess. Yeah, I don't know why you would ban that if you want that to be a counter.
I was like, where are you going with this?
I guess you're kind of hurting yourself at that point. I didn't even think about that. Okay.
I mean, personally, I think, in my opinion, Ganesh is a lower tier Guardian. I don't think he's worth banning, but I mean.
Well, me and Clono had this talk earlier. I think that you're out of your mind if you think that Ganesh is a low tier Guardian. I think that a really good Ganesh player will make him look so nice.
I can agree with that, and I'll chalk it up to the only people I see play Ganesha are people that aren't good at him. I would agree with that because I don't see him that often.
That feels like a little bit of shade. because I just played Ganesh like 2 weeks ago in our competitive community game nights. So I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that and just power through. Or I'm actually gonna be playing more Ganesh from now on, so you can really see what a power Ganesh player is like.
Looks like they're for the order team, the final pick going to be Cali, but they're holding off locking in. Maybe they're debating a little bit on what they want to do exactly. I mean, Cali, you always got to be careful with the Cali. That ultimate is just can be nuts. It can really change the game of a fight. But the thing is, the trade-off is you have to wait till late game, or at least 20 minutes ish into it. You're just gonna be farming the whole time, so you don't have much presence in the early game. Whereas Reditasker, I think, has some great presence early game, especially once he hits level 5. He gets those quick rotations off with his ult, and he can definitely run the jungle and keep Cali down for a good long while.
Oh, Chaos Team's post 5, that mid game that they have post 5 is going to be phenomenal, dude. There are some big ults on. Dude, Charybdis is not. Okay. All right. Now I feel satisfied. But yeah, their post 5 is massive, dude. Once Agni's able to start getting those bombs off, once the Ares ult comes out, if he's able to cleanse some beads for the team, dude, the Rat ult is going to be massive for mobility around the map and really initiating fights. Dude, they have a nice looking team. And I see that diamond skin on Ares, which means he's probably got some good experience. Dude, I think the Chaos team has got very good favor, just leaning from the God's picks and bans and all that.
Yeah, I feel like Chaos, they have a nice solid team, but the Order team is a team that if they catch you lacking, you're done for. Like I said, with the Cali ult, Achilles execution, definitely if they get caught sleeping, and they could get a deicide so quickly.
Right. That's big, massive Janus damage. That's Achilles Xe. There are some very nice looking things going for that Order team, but I don't know. I think if we're looking at picture perfect on paper team fights, Chaos team definitely has this. But if they mess up a few things, if that Rat ult misses, if Agni's missing bombs, if everything doesn't go picture perfect, there is definitely room for the Order team to come in and capitalize on mistakes.
Yeah, the only thing I think Chaos could have done better, I honestly don't think Ares plays well into this game that well. I think they should have grabbed Kuzenbo. I think he's the best support in the game, and he didn't get banned. And the reason why I don't like Ares in this game is because everyone besides Cali has a CC immune ult on the Order team. So every single one of them will be getting out of the Ares ults. Now, granted, if Ares is pulling ults, that's a W for them, but it also means you're kind of lacking in that because Ares' kind of thing is setting up around the ult. So, I mean,
right.
Overall, I think the teams are pretty good. It's really going to come down to skill, obviously, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that is the goal with Ares, is to be pulling beads. If you're pulling ults or beads, like it's kind of hard to remember which one that you burnt from that ult that you just put out. Mm-hmm. It is rough. I do agree with that. I didn't really think about that going into it. Damn, that does kind of suck for the Ares pick.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think it was necessarily the greatest pick for this match. Like I said, somehow Kuzenbo slipped through there. I can't believe no one picked him up.
I think he's a phenomenal Joust pick. I do definitely agree with that, but I think that he's not as strong in Conquest. I think there's definitely some better picks, but he's definitely.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think that there's like a decent amount of picks that make him feel not as strong. He definitely is countered pretty easily by a lot of popular supports right now. Kind of the same with Horus, although definitely Kazembo's better than Horus. But that's what makes Horus so weak. And Kazembo definitely lower on the end is that a lot of popular picks right now are throwing Kazembo out of the window.
I strongly disagree because right now the best role in the game is Hunters. Kuzenbo's 2 is the best counter to Hunters. All that damage you're going to put on a Hunter, he's putting right back on you. On top of his 1 also tanking and doing a ton of damage, his 3 for displacement and a little bit of CC immunity, CC immune ult on top of just his ult. And I will agree that you need your team to be aware of how you're playing with Kuzenbo. But I think Kuzenbo's phenomenal. Just the best right now.
Let's look at it this way. So I see Kazembo's countered by 2 things, right? That's hard CC to get that passive knocked away, and then silences, because part of what makes Kazembo so strong is that he can push out these abilities. Using that reflex to get that cooldown back up. That's what makes him so strong, is just being able to spam abilities. But if he's silenced, let's say Ganesh, let's say that the Ares chain that cripples so that he can't use the third. There are like a decent amount of popular picks right now. Thanos, who got banned in this one, usually Thanos has a really high pick or ban rate. So if he's not banned, he's definitely getting picked. And that Thanos silence is not only going to proc the passive to lose mitigations, but you're also losing silence on your abilities. It's just a lot of picks that definitely make Kazembo feel weak.
Yeah. As a Guardian, I don't think silences are that big of a deal. Because, I mean, silence is going to counter any Guardian. Guardian hopefully is tanky enough and good enough to withstand the silence time. I don't think it's that big of a deal for them.
Mm-hmm.
So he just waits it out, and then Kuzenbo goes burr. Like, that's as a Guardian, he's so tanky because of his 2, and he puts out so much damage because of it. And it's like, yes, you need your team around you. Like, it's like kind of like Sobek with his pull. Like, as long as your team is playing around that, you're gonna go crazy.
All right, well, each their own. We're finally loaded in. We're here. I do see some things I want to comment on. Achilles getting into that early, what is that, Mace thing is what it's called? Robbie into Jotuns, is what I'm assuming? That's interesting. Usually I see tank items coming out the gate. You want to try and out-tank the other, kind of, more or less. So that's interesting to see Jotuns this early.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it could be Crusher. It could be Brawlers, too. I mean, anti-heal for Wukong, because Wukongs go crazy with healing. I would agree that I'm shocked by going into Jotuns. I don't see that often at all. Or just the Mace. But we'll see. Maybe he'll cook.
Yep. No wards from either support going into this. That's a big gripe for me personally. That is, I mean, that leaves a lot of room to be had as far as early opportunities with junglers. If it's not warded up, I mean, that's going to be huge. That being said, Sobek does have a good pool for getaway. I don't think it's going to be a huge thing considering the gods that have been picked, but I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously wards early on is nice, but I feel like you don't necessarily need wards on your first time because I think potions are more important, allowing you to give that good pressure because you kind of know what the jungler is gonna do in the first like 2 minutes. You know where he's gonna go, so you just gotta be aware of that and play around it. And I think then you're fine. And then once you go back, yes, then pick up some wards. I would agree there, but I think first time you can get away with not having wards.
Yeah. But you can already see that Rats kind of get a little bit of early rotation going on here. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. You never know. You never know when that jungler is going to sneak in super early. I think in solo lane, it's definitely you can get away with it, but duo lane, I mean, that's 2 free kills very early. I think that's, if you want to rotate anywhere, that is the place to go. So that's why I always grab him early, because you never know, especially with Rat coming down. Rat has a pretty decent, level 3, level 4. He definitely can come in pretty early. You see there's a good amount of damage coming off from Rat. He's going to try to go in on the mid laner right here. Sorry, the jungler. We just missed first blood over in the solo lane. Wukong is taking advantage of Achilles.
Can't say I'm surprised there with that Mace. You're not tanking. You really don't do enough damage.
I wonder what stance he was in, too. That definitely might have made a change right here. As you can see, the Kali's rotating over to that duo lane. I told you that early game he's going to go crazy if he's able to get some damage off right here. Good pluck from Sobek. There we go. Good amount of damage coming off. Ares might be losing his life right here if he's not careful. He's trying to hit the chains and get some movement speed off. It looks like he's going to survive, but they're going to collapse down on Charybdis. And now it is 1-1.
Almost a crazy double kill.
Almost. And I'm surprised that those chains didn't get him eliminated right there. I really thought that him sticking around to try and hit chains was going to get him off the map, but he ended up getting out thanks to that bonus movement speed that he gets from the first. So very huge things going on. Very action-packed first 2 minutes.
Totally agree with that. Like I said, I also wasn't expecting them to get basically almost a double kill in that duo lane. Like I said, because I didn't think Kali was going to be able to really do much. I mean, she kind of blinked past them, it looked like. I thought she was going to miss her stun on Ares, but she was just close enough to get it off.
Yep.
Achilles suffering on mana right now.
It is rough. It is rough out there for Achilles. I mean, if you're spamming your second like you need to keep sustain, it does get pretty rough for the mana department. It definitely gets rough out here. Yeah. That's just how things go.
I know we didn't really mention it, but I'm remembering and thinking about it more now. I mean, Heimdall is such a strong pick in that carry role. He is good.
That man will be delivering damage if he's not kept in line.
Looks like Rat's coming to steal blue from Order.
Let's keep eyes on that. I want to see how
Yeah.
that goes. Yep, very low on health, very low on mana.
Ooh, Kelly should have held that. The poke, the spear is a 3 to try to steal instead of using there just for damage.
Right, bit of a rookie mistake there.
Yeah, Achilles is getting outplayed right now. He's a level under. He's no mana, no health. This might be a little rough for him, but we'll see if we get a little more life from him.
I view Achilles as a easy to learn, hard to master kind of god. So if he's not going to learn very well, you can see Kylie's getting a good amount of damage off on Agni right here. He's a little out of position. The Janus ult goes miles away. I don't know what the hell he was looking at, but that certainly wasn't Agni, I'm assuming. Kylie, oh goodness. That is an elimination right there on Sobek. Charybdis is getting some good damage off. Rotating over to the duo lane, hoping that the duo can help him out. It is now 3v3. Heimdall's a little back. He's a little scared, low on mana. That's fine. Janus portal comes out. He is not going through the portal. I wonder why that was. Did he get stopped
from Ares? That's one thing I was just thinking about. I was like, Ares is a great counter for Janus. He stops him from getting away unless he uses beads, or maybe if he times it right, I think he can get away with his ult while he still has a little bit of immunity. But yeah, the cripple just holds Janus there, and all Janus players they're just expecting to go through the wall. So every time that happens, you just see the straight panic in their eyes. Like they don't fight, they don't move, they just keep running into the wall, and they're like, why can't I get out of here? Because like you just start panicking because you think you can do it, and it's just stopping you.
Interesting. I had no idea that was the case.
Yeah.
Wow. Huh. You learn something new every day, I guess. Man, Achilles is still super low on health and low on mana over there in the solo lane. He is really getting punked out by this Wukong. Ooh. Oh, really good burn from Agni right there. That burn is going to take him out right there, but the jungler comes in to avenge his fallen teammate. That is now 1-for-1 trade, thanks to Kali being in the area.
Man, 5 minutes in, everyone is W keying. We have 6 kills right now, and it's not even like one lane dominating. Every lane has fallen. Someone has fallen. Just straight action, and I'm here for it.
Yep. I love me a good bloodbath. Especially in the early parts like this. I mean, this is where things get fun. When we get to the late game times and everybody's just kind of going for picks, that it's time to hit objectives. But right now, this is when you want to take a lead. This is when you want to show your power, show your dominance, and they're all trying for this. Ares ult comes out very early. Charybdis ult comes out as well. I don't think that really hit anything.
Yeah,
Sobek ult is trying to get some damage off here. He's suffering a lot thanks to those the flames from Ares. Heimdall poking a little bit, but not able to do too much. Sobek's able to pluck just in time.
Even after all that damage, it's still alive.
Looks like Heim ult was used there as well.
Huh.
I'm assuming to get out of the Ares ult. I'm not sure if he got pulled. I think he tried to hit Charybdis maybe, but he ended up hitting Ares while he was still in his ult.
Sounds about right.
Cause yeah, he had to use it because he still got 20 seconds on his beads.
Okay, so they're smart. They realize, hey, we might not have gotten elimination right there, but we can go in there. We can steal some camps. Kylie's looking to rotate over, but she's not able to save the purple buff that is going to go towards the Chaos team right now. Wow. That's smart. That's a really good reaction to not getting the pick. It's like, well, it sucks, but at least they're going back to base. Let's go take some farm. Let's get a little bit of an advantage out of this. That's really smart, especially considering how important farm is right now in this meta. I mean, it's always been important. That's kind of stupid to say, but it's extremely prevalent in this day and age of Smite. Okay, good fight right here. Kylie's getting a bit of damage off right here. Might try and get something right here. Good jump. Able to secure the kill on Ares.
Man, I just gotta say, Chaos, they're in trouble right now. 7 minutes in, and Akali is cooking this hard.
Yeah.
This is not good. Who's behind the wheel of Kelly? Night Cantor, he is gonna be running this game.
Yep, I do have a good faith in that. The last thing that you want to do is give Kali, out of all people, a good lead. And Kali is now 3-0, which is massive.
And the counterpart, Ratatasker, being 0-0-0. He's not even... And his team's leading in kills, and he has not even been a part of the fights.
Oh, Kili's getting his get back over there in the solo lane. Finally get a pick on Wukong.
And now it's all tied up, 4-4. And these have just been... This is such a wild 7 minutes. Like, all the fights have been so strange. Just so much pressure. Everyone's just diving. There's no counter-attacking in the fights right now. It's just we're all W keying, and whoever does more damage wins.
Makes you think that there's a little bit of blood to be a little personal banter to be had right there. Sobek is trying to use his ultimate to get out, suffering a lot of damage, but I think he's going to get undertowered just fine. Heimdall is left by himself, but they're not going to prioritize him.
Yeah, I feel like right there just points out what I was just saying. Like the Chaos team had a wave. I know we came into late to that fight, but I mean, it looked like the Order team was W keying while they had a wave. And like right there, you are on your tower, outnumbered. Why are you ulting in?
What the heck? Yeah, it's got to be something that they're looking to prove right here. There's got to be some type of personal beef that they're looking to solve, or I don't know. I mean, that just felt silly.
Especially with Cryptus. Like Cryptus has a CC immune ult. If she got her 3 off, you weren't gonna do anything. She also has, I think she has beads. Yeah, she has beads too. So it's like you're not gonna get her with the ult. Like
no.
Unless you see Sobek pull beads, like you're wasting.
And that immunity right there was another example of how she could have got away. I didn't really feel like the play of somebody who's playing in this tournament, or sorry, a league. That felt more like the play of some goober I'm watching in 1,000 MMR. So I'm not sure exactly what that was. You can see the Sobek's getting a meaningless pluck right here. I want to look at this pick right here in the middle lane over by the beacon. Kylie's ultimate comes out just in time. Rat is going to follow that high mobility. Is going to come in handy right here as Kylie's going to try and get away from the combat. Ooh, that wood slam.
Bro, this Callie, she's cooking. I told you, dude, she is cooking.
No,
you definitely want to keep an eye on her. She just made those 3 look silly. She totally made Rat completely miss the ult. Agni couldn't get anything. The ult, I mean, her ult saved her big time, but her movement was on point right there, dodging everything perfectly, and just leaving the Chaos team looking silly.
I think what it really was Janice coming in with that slow and portal. That made the ending right there. I mean, Kylie did everything right up until that point, and then Janice said, I'm going to make sure that you're out. Bam, perfect. Big blink coming in. Kylie is looking to be very aggressive right here, show that 3-0 lead. It doesn't get enough to really hit anything. Unless they go for a dive, which I think would be crazy right now.
Yeah, Sobek was under that cripple, so they weren't going to do much.
It's a good counter.
That is a wild ult, in my opinion. No need. Looks like Rat's invading jungle, but he might get collapsed on by Sobek and Heimdall. They're trying to communicate with each other. Heimdall's now coming over. Sobek's looking a little low. Rat gets ulted by Heimdall. We'll see him through the portals. Coming back, takes a lot of damage. Oh, did he pull him out of his ability? Heimdall missing a lot of autos right there. Rat almost coming out with a kill on Sobek. That was some bad communication between those two. But it worked out in their favor, so it didn't matter.
Oh, you don't want to use that ult before you know the Oh!
Oh, that's Wukong! He's so lucky!
Oh, that freaking bird, dude. Oh, Big Bomb's coming out from Agni, delivering a lot of damage on to Janice, who's going to be able to back up here, unpunished. Achilles suffered a decent amount of damage too, but man, you can't. That's the easy to learn, hard to master Achilles mechanic right there. That you should know if they have a dash and they haven't used it yet, and you don't know, you need to assume that they have the dash, because otherwise you're gonna ult and you have that. They have like multiple seconds right there to realize like, oh, I better dash out of here because he's about to kill me. And that's exactly what he did. He just used the bird and he birded away. You have to know this going up against somebody with a dash. That's just Achilles 101 for you guys.
The Achilles build is crazy, dude. He did go Yolans and he upgraded it right away. That's crazy to me.
That is, I guess Lifesteal would help with the sustain, I think.
I mean, but not yet. I mean, I don't spend a ton of time in the soul lane, but it's crazy to me.
No, I agree with this right thing. Yeah, that was a very good pluck right here. Use a portal, kind of just random CC put around. I mean, Janice doesn't have the damage to be nuking the Ares right now. I understand that. He's not able to do a whole lot yet. This is going to be the first fight for the beacon right here. Callie's going to show off that big advantage yet again. Oh, Ares holding onto that ult. He's going to pull Sobek back. That was massive. Very big Rat missing the ult yet again. Bit of a disappointment right there. Callie's going to have to jump out due to the lack of numbers that they have. Man, that's a bit disappointing.
Just a tip for everyone that's watching, for the Sobek players out there. I mean, one, Sobek should not have used his dash like he did, because he lost his CC immunity with his ult while he's getting pulled by Ares ult. What he wanted to do is he needs to dash on a minion or on an enemy god, so that, because as soon as you hit that someone, you get a split second of CC immunity, and he wouldn't get pulled there. but using your dash to just get distance is just a waste, because then he's stuck at the Ares and just takes damage and that ultimately died.
That's right. We're not just commentators. We're coaches. Coaches. Coachers? That sounds stupid. We're coachers.
Coachers? Get out of here. Who let you in here? Oh
Try to get us some extra some
the order team's rotating over. About 4 of them might be collapsing on Ares and Charybdis. They're unsuspecting on that meteor. They also have a wave. They could be looking to get something good here, but kind of chaos order team kind of spread out, and now they kind of see him and they're falling back. They'll get a pull on Ares. Putting out a little bit of damage. I don't know if Ares is going to be able to get out. 2 Horrifics come out. He's taking a little bit more, but he's dodging autos nicely. He's going to get out. Rat's coming over, looking to put a little chip damage in. Just picking abilities. Ares is now looking to push. He's got his team with him. He's hitting the ult, ready to pull beads. He only pulls Sobek, which I don't know why Sobek didn't use his ult before his ult went off. I don't really know what... I think Skinwalker might be a little inexperienced on Sobek by some of the plays. Because you don't use your ult after you get pulled. You use it before so you don't get pulled, especially if your team's not... Like, if you need to get out of there because your team's falling back. They're not trying to fight that.
Yeah, it was a little rough. It was a little... I also, just while we're looking at a little downtime, I personally, I don't know about you, CloggedBean, I know you're a big Sobek guy. I wouldn't go prophetic on Sobek. Just my personal 2 cents right there.
We're gonna... Well, Rat's about to clean up a kill. It hits the beads, nicely timed, and cleans up Heimdall.
Dang it, that was a good beat. Shout out Rat. I really thought Rat was on the lower skill end due to the fact that he's been missing multiple ults, but man, that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a quick reaction. So yeah, back to what I was saying, the build on Sobek. I would go Prophetic first. I like starting Prophetic. I don't like... Sorry. Thieves. I would have started Thieves. I don't like starting Prophetic, but I do like stacking Thieves and Prophetic together. You just become so tanky. So building Prophetic... Not first, but I do like it.
Okay, yeah, I guess it does make sense. I mean, definitely looking at the order team comp, they have a very strong late game. They are all going to scale very well going into this, all 5. Janisold is just hitting nothing, man. I think he's just a little horny for some action, and he's not really landing them.
I mean, with the Janisold, you gotta... It's a guessing game. I think he's trying to... I think he's thinking too far ahead. I think he's expecting the Chaos team to be dodging, and they're not. They just keep running straight, and he's playing for the dodge, and it's not there. Yeah, I mean, like, so it's real. Like, it is a bit of a guessing game.
That it is. That it very much so is. So a decent change from Ares. They're waving around. It's just man, Ares is tanky for this level. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
He's definitely soaking up a lot of damage. Or he's just gonna be able to walk into his tower. It looks like the ult comes out. He might try and ult him back into the tower. Rat ult's gonna make sure that Janus gets knocked off of the map. Oh, really good portal. That was amazing. Saves his life right there. Rat forgets all about him. They want that Sobek, who's already got picked off a couple times now. He's under-leveled. He's squishy. This is a good target. Agni bombs come in very close, but the pluck is able to save his life. Close, but no cigar. This is a good time for you guys to rotate around, get some farm, maybe even Fury. It looks like that's where they're rotating over to. That might be the call. Heimdall is still in the area.
Level 17 to its counterpart 13 Heimdall. That's crazy. That's so many levels.
Yeah.
Oh, Janus just missed it.
That is a darn shame. I was just really hoping to see a good Janus snipe sometime in this game. I don't know if it's going to happen. He's really trying for him, but I mean, based on this accuracy right here, it looks like Stevie Wonder's playing Janus right now.
I mean, he'll get one. I mean, he's spamming the ult, which I think like a Janus and a Ra and a Vulcan, you want to spam that ult, and you'll eventually get one.
Right. He's definitely going to be spamming him. He's already got Chronos Pendant online, so he's going to have the cooldowns for it for sure.
Yeah, I mean he just used it a minute ago on the Wukong, and now it was up again. So yeah, he's cooking with it.
Well, I don't know about cooking. I mean, he's got the burners on low.
His cooldown is cooking. That's what I meant.
He's on preheat right now. There's nothing in the oven yet, but okay. Sobek's caught out a little bit right here, suffering a decent amount of damage from the Ares burn. You see the Rattle is coming out yet again. Let's see if he's going to connect on somebody right there. Yep, that's a good connection along with the Agni bombs. They're going to take out Achilles. And that's a good little pick. Let's see what they do with it. Is it just going to show dominance? They're going to rotate over to Beacon. That's a really smart thing right now. You definitely want to start your Beacon streak out early. That way, by the time you hit about 35 minutes, that Beacon is going to be eliminating towers single-handedly just about.
Mm-hmm.
We have somebody in the chat looking for the gold per minute chart. If we could take a look at that whenever you got a chance, Mr. Camera. All right, thank you, good sir. Yep, Chaos Team is definitely rocking that. They are rotating, clearing camps. That's just what we were talking about earlier. They only have 5 kills. Oh, they got a couple towers as well, but they only have 5 kills up. But the thing is, when they're getting picks, they're rotating over to an objective afterwards. That is such a massive thing in Conquest that new players might be a little might be struggling with, is that whenever you get a pick, whenever you see something, or even when you're not able to get a pick, if you send them back to base, what can you take from them? Can you take the protections buff? It's in duo lane. Can you take their purple buff? Can you take whatever else? And they're doing a really good job of that as we hit a pause.
Can we throw up the damage stat and take a look at that? See who's putting out a lot. Agni, I am shocked by that. I know he's putting out damage. I guess I just didn't expect him to be at the top of the leaderboard and with a nice lead. I expected Callie to be higher up there. I thought she's been fighting a lot. Ares, I'm not surprised by that one. That man's been out there and doing damage.
Yeah. He's hitting chains. That's a huge thing for Ares players, is hitting every chain, and I have hardly seen him miss. That is huge. I knew when I saw that diamond skin come from Ares that he was going to be hitting some chains, and by golly gee, he is hitting them.
I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning of the game, I really thought this Heimdall was gonna be popping off, but seeing him sitting at 5k player damage, making me guess again. Especially with Charybdis getting close to 10. I mean, she's got almost double his, so that means she is damaging him and he's not doing anything to her.
What, do you think the build has anything to do with it?
No, I think his build's fine. I think he's just not hitting autos or just trying to farm and taking damage, or I'm not sure. Oh, good hit from Ares. That was a long shot.
Telling you, dude.
Keeping himself up there. Which, does Ares have Mystic yet? No, he doesn't. I'll be interesting to see if he goes Mystic, just to put him even higher on the damage stat.
Yeah, I'm a little curious on the Relic Dagger pick. I personally would never grab that. I mean, you're a goal as an Achilles here. Let's focus on this Callie pick right here that might happen. Wukong and Rad are looking for big things. Rado comes out. Are you going to move quick enough to get insecure there? Holy moly, he did. That movement was just so on point. Arizo comes out. Good beats from everybody on the order team. And they're going to live a little. Oh, finally a good J assault. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was, and there it is. Wukong is sitting in the sky. He is freaking out inside. He's burning out.
See, the thing is, he's not freaking out because he's like, I'm a Wukong. You're definitely not killing me. I'm going to jump a mile away, turn into a bird, and you're never going to see me again.
We have somebody in the comments talking about how Callie's saving that. Oh, yeah, she really is. I mean, that thing is a lifesaver, dude. You could have continued that 3-0 streak. I mean, right now, bounties are massive. They just got so much gold from you losing your life. Even though you might just be 3-0, that's still a decent amount of gold they're going to pick up off that. So
that Chaos has 10k on order right now. Also, just to kind of correct you with what you were going to say earlier about the Relic Dagger on Ares, I'm assuming he went the anti-attack speed. I mean, that's an aura, so I mean, it's a win-win.
It's Eldritch,
especially with Callie. I mean, being so heavily auto-attacking, Heimdall going to be slinging autos too. I mean, it's a good pickup.
It's Eldritch. He didn't get the anti-attack speed one. That's Bewitched.
Didn't. I always forget which one's which by the looks of it.
The red one is anti-attack speed. Yeah,
you're right. Okay, you're right. It's crazy pick.
It's a little. I mean, it makes him extra tanky. But the thing is, when I play Ares support, I think less about me peeling and just being like a butt hugger. I think more about I want to be a mini boss that strolls the map. So I'm getting Avoid Damaru. I'm getting Mystical Mail. I'm getting Prophetic and Thieves. I am so tanky that nobody's able to take me out, and I have so much power from these auras that I am dealing more damage than some of our carries. That is your goal when you play Ares, because of the strengths that he has right now, with how many aura items that give you mana, that give you like everything you need as a guardian. You stroll the map as a secondary fire giant, pretty much.
But I will say I do like the Relic Dagger. If you went the anti-attack speed, I would be all for it. Especially, I mean, getting the cooldown on his blink is just so nice that he can just be blinking on people so much. And even popping the Horrific, because Horrific is just such an amazing item.
It really is. As a matter of fact, it's going to contribute to taking out Achilles right there. That is now Achilles down for the count. Not looking too great this game, Achilles. I got to be honest with you, Cowboy. You are 1-4. Your build is looking wonky. I don't know. Dude, you should hit Smite Guru or something, my boy. Dude, if you would have texted me before the game started, I would have helped you out. I play a lot of Achilles. But, dude, the Jotun's Vigor going into Glad Shield, even though you don't have any prots online, and then Oni's, which is not a great item right now, I don't think. I don't feel like it is.
Yeah, there's better items. It's fine.
Crazy, for sure. Crazy. But so Chaos Team is going to take that lead, and they're rotating over to objective. Here they are. I'm going to start the first Fire Giant of the night. Ratolt's going to look and try and pick off Heimdall right here, who may or may not be unsuspecting. Agni is going to take out half the health, 3/4 of the health. Oh,
you almost had it. It was close.
God. That would have been crazy. Dude, they feel confident. Even with all that low health that they have, they are still wanting to fight. They know the lead that they have. Huge Charybdis ult pushes them back away from their base. Dude, that was insane. Shout out Charybdis right there for really knowing the god mechanics. That was massive, dude. Yeah, Achilles is trying to run for his life, but he's just going to get collapsed on by the leopard and everything else. Things are looking good for them.
Yeah, I think it's beating a dead horse now for the Order team. Like I'm not seeing anything, because even when we were saying like in the pick phase with saying like Chaos could, if they mess around, like they could catch Chaos team out and just deicide them between Callie and Achilles. But the problem is they're not even getting Chaos in the execute threshold. So Achilles isn't even, one, he's not alive long enough to execute anyone, and two, no one's getting in the kill threshold.
Oh, that's good beats from Callie right there. You're gonna throw a rat out of the fight, but everybody else is collapsed. They are definitely grouping up well. It looks like they're not warding either.
Callie blinked past the rat again. She blinks so far.
When you're in this stage of the map or in the game, when you see an enemy team that is so far ahead, you need the farm that's in your jungle, but you can't sacrifice your life to get it, because that's just going to further their lead. You need to be warding up around your map, and you need to realize where they're at, what's going on, before you just decide, oh, I'm going to go clear my camp. There's got to be nobody there, right? It's our jungle. Nope, they're there. And that's exactly what has happened to Callie right there.
Hey, Order team is playing, they're playing like how they were playing in the first 2 minutes, where it's like, they are just W keying, everyone's on the same level, and it was fine. They could get away with it, and they got a couple kills here and there. But it's like, you guys are under now. You guys, you can't be dying. Like that was a bad play on Callie's part. She got out, but she came back in just because she saw Rat was low. Like, yeah, best case scenario, you get a kill on Rat, but it's like you're not getting out of that, especially because you already used your ult. Like, you're not getting out of it. So there's no need for you guys to push that and try to get a kill. Like, it doesn't do anything for you.
Yeah, that's part of me thinks that the tanks have really dropped the ball this game. I feel like supports, as you know, can make or break games, and I feel like Sobek is definitely breaking this. I feel like the mystical mail wasn't the smart pickup. You don't need extra damage. You need survivability right here, but he's going to go for a pluck right now. That might be a good elimination here. Let's see. Let's find out. Agni's trying to run for his life, but Bilbo Baggins right there getting a good kill for his team. Not really too big of a comeback chance, but there's something. I mean, it's a pick. That's gonna heighten morales, I guess.
Chaos got a little cocky there and got caught out. Now, I want to say, it's like, I'm not trying to blame Callie. She's leading their team for sure. She won early game like she was supposed to, like a jungler does. I don't want to blame her. She's pulling her weight for sure. This game is not her fault. I was just pointing out in that one instance it was a bad play. And I get there. I've been there where it's like, yeah, you're winning early game, and then it's like your team is just selling, and you just get frustrated, and then you see the kill and you want to get it, so you blink in, but then it just goes badly because you don't have your team around you like how the Chaos team is supporting their jungler.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I think so. What I was saying earlier is that mystical mail is really good, especially for when you have a level lead, because that item does damage based on what level you are. If you have a level lead, then yeah, it's going to be putting out some massive damage. If you're at a level deficit, You really all you're getting is just the base stats. So I think that he probably could have got Midgard. That would have been a good counter for Rat. He could have got Saw, which would be good for the team, all within the same tree. But the fact that you chose Mystical Male, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Mystic was a very bad pick for the Sobek in this game specifically, because you got to be around the enemy to do damage, and you want to be near the group of them. If you're on your heels the whole time, and you just, at this point, like, Sobek just needs to be peeling for his team for them to fall back and get chipped. You guys aren't going to be the diving team right now. You guys don't have the levels, you don't have the damage to be diving. So you got to play defensive and counterattack, which, if you're playing defensive counterattack, Mystic is a waste of an item. Because you're not going to be in those long fights in the back line putting out all that good damage. It's kind of a big fight over gold. They're trying to steal it. Bilbo Janus does get a kill on Charybdis, which is a good pick for them. There's kind of scattered fight over Heimdall getting a pick on Rat now. Trying to, Callie trying to get out, which is super low. Whole team's chasing her, but Agni's bombs going clutch. A lot of low people fighting. Looks like you go either way. An execute comes out but doesn't do anything. I don't know if Ares was ever in the execute threshold. Sobek trying to peel for his Janus. Janus staying by because he's trying to help out. They got to be very careful. Agni bombs go crazy.
Dang it, that was back and forth. That really felt like the first fair team fight we've seen since the first 5 minutes of the game. Well, they weren't team fighting in 5 minutes, but you know, first even fights. That felt good. That felt really good. Another Achilles thing too is when you're up against Ares, because that's who he missed the XC on. Ares with the second has extremely high health per 5. He is going to be regenerating health, especially with what he's built, very rapid rate. You cannot just assume like, oh, he's going to be in that threshold forever. Yeah, I'm going to immediately go for it. I mean, he might have been there for a split second, but there's a good chance that he just healed it right back up.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I didn't even see him drop into the execution threshold at all.
I didn't either. I'm just trying to go off of the blind assumption that he didn't ult without seeing it, because that would be ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm really hoping that's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, if he turned, I know Agni was nearby, so if he turned around, he probably could have gone for him, but I don't know.
Could have been a little mouse flick, and that would have been another one. You never know.
But on the bright side, I mean, Chaos or Order is just about there on levels, so I mean, if they didn't lose game yet, so I mean, there's definitely a chance if they just group up, play more cohesive and together, they'll be all right. Thought Ares was right there. I got worried for Janus for a second, but honestly, getting the Ares ult out is a W for the Order team.
Yeah,
but looks like Achilles is going to probably fall, using his execute to get out like he should be there. That is a smart play. Good to see that Achilles is learning. He's died in that situation about 3 times where he just walks back and the Chaos team just stays on him. I'm glad he's learning a little bit and uses his ult to get out of there.
I'm not taking him 6 deaths, but you know, whatever it takes, right? Looks like they're going to fight for EFG here. They're realizing that, hey, we still have this lead for a little bit longer. Not everybody's level 20. Not everybody's caught up in gold. We still have that lead. Really good pick from Agni, by the way, who's just dominating in player damage, I'm sure. They're going to go for the Fire Giant. Maybe some type of competition here. Maybe something happens. Oh,
they got it. Janus coming in clutch. Callie getting a pick on Ratatasker while they're at it.
Wow.
Now it looks like Order's going to fall back, lick their wounds, and come back with the Fire Giant.
Huge, dude. That's a massive.
Yeah, that was huge from Janus. I did not think he was going to get it with his ult down.
Definitely, Bilbo is trying to come back for the Order team here and show them, hey, we have a spot in this. Big Callie blink right there. Is something going to happen?
There's your 30-minute Callie. Just blinks on a mage and he can't do anything.
Dang it, dude. You wait for that dash to go down. You take advantage. Oh,
bro,
my gosh.
Dude, I hope Order's got some life in them and this isn't a one-time thing. Callie, come on. We're just hyping you guys up. What are you doing?
It just happened. Does she have ulta? Does Callie have that ultimate up?
No, it's not up.
I was gonna say.
Man, dude, that's such a waste. You gotta pick on Agni. You had your team. Heimdall was making his way up. Why are you trying to 2v1 people? That is such a waste, because now your team can't do. They got gold, but I mean, that doesn't do much for you guys right now. they can do so much more. Like now you guys have fire, and you're not gonna be able to do anything with it. You're gonna have to defend because you're outnumbered.
There's still a couple players left with the fire buff. It's
Well,
not.
they're just not gonna be able to do anything. They're just gonna have to defend until Callie gets back in.
Right. Yeah, she does have a pretty long death timer. It's got 10 more seconds left, and who knows how many more seconds are left on the buff. Yeah, it does suck. It does suck. But it's life. I think it's more life than we've seen. I mean, it's not a whole lot of life when you just go in and die like that. But, you know, overall, it's life. It's
Porter's definitely... They definitely finally turned the burners on a little bit there. The water's almost boiling.
And the burner just turned off. Right to pause.
Agni putting out big numbers right now. 33,000. Charybdis in second with only 22, just tied with Janus as well as 22. Ares number 4 with 20k as well. Like I said, not surprised this Ares is doing a lot, but you wish you'd see some bigger numbers from the rest of the team. Heimdall, buddy, come on, let's hit those autos. Let's get those numbers up.
Oh my gosh, Sobek, the 0-4 Sobek has more damage than the Heimdall. That is wild to see. One of the I would like to argue, we can argue for a second while they're paused. One of the best carries in the game right now, Heimdall.
On her.
But he got banned. You can see him up there in the ban section. I mean, you got to react to it. On her is definitely in a really strong spot right now. That's just how it goes. Dude, if they don't get that Agni back, Agni's the one that DC'd, by the way. If they don't get Agni back in the game, I mean, I guess they could try and fight the 4v5, but dude, that would be very harmful to their team if they lose their number 1 damage.
Yeah.
Holy guacamole. Let's remember that name, Pancake Trousers, going into the next game if oh goodness.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Pancakes and Night Canter are definitely the ones to watch right now. No, take the sorry. Wrangler on Ares. That man's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's playing very well. 0-1 and 16, 33 minutes into the game. That's the stat line you want your support to have. You got to show some love to your support. He's definitely out there making plays for his Chaos team. Even Charybdis. Charybdis, I mean, she's not doing crazy damage, but I mean, 7 kills, 7, 2, and 2. Good stat line.
Very good stat line. Very good stat line. I like what Charybdis is doing right now. I like what Ares is doing right now. Really, the only questionable thing was that Eldritch Dagger, but he's making use of it. It's making sense. Everything else is definitely making sense.
Honestly, I'm a little surprised by the... No, sorry for about Callie. I was going to say I was surprised by Midgard because Heimdall isn't doing anything, but I think it's more for Callie.
Definitely more for Callie, but it also is going to really put that final nail in the coffin for Heimdall. Because he's building a lot of attack speed. Aside from that dominance, there's Devos as well. Wait, no, Devos has attack speed, I think. Right?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe I'm wrong. A lot of attack speed, regardless.
Yeah, everything besides Devo has attack speed.
Yeah.
But back to your saying, I don't know if I'd put Heimdall at number 2 Hunter, like, and her being number 1. And the only reason why I say that, it's partially personal. I just don't like playing Heimdall. Don't enjoy him. I don't like him. That's just my personal preference.
I feel the same way, but it's
I do think Heimdall's kind of a higher skill god, so I don't know. He's good. He's good. I'll definitely give you that. Sobek being caught out. Achilles just watching him take damage. You hate to see that. What are you guys doing? There's only 3 of you, and there's 5 of them. Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Dude, they should have spent that time pause to analyze the situation, but I feel like they got bored because of how long of a pause it was, and they just W-keyed, and they got taken out so quickly. And now they're just going to run it down. I think they're going to try and tank that Phoenix, and they're going to try and get some early aggression going.
I think they probably should end here. They have no towers aside from Phoenix. I think they can end. They don't need to worry about Heimdall. He's running away when no one's even pushing him. There goes Callie. Like, Heimdall, why are you hiding behind that tower? You could be hitting autos. You have some range. I mean, you don't want to get too close, but I mean, you can be putting some damage in on their front liners. Like, use your autos, Heimdall. Use your autos. Heimdall, auto attack.
Dang it, dude. He's on spectator mode. We might as well put him in the booth with us.
Single auto.
Oh my gosh. Damn, good win for the Matatas.
Shout out to FCIRL in the chat, subscribing to Matatas Presidents.
Hey, yo.
Appreciate that. Wow, but man, dominating performance from the Chaos team. Pretty much from start to finish. I mean, the only true life we saw was Callie in the beginning. She was putting in some good work. But other than that, I mean, kind of a steamroll.
Yeah, it absolutely was. Dude, oh, there are some names that I'm going to remember. I'm going to remember that Ranger Dyer. I'm going to remember that Pancake Trousers. Those are two big names that I will not forget about anytime soon from that game.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't want to count out Night Cantor. I think put a little better team, a little more appeal on her team, and I think she cooks that whole game. I definitely think she was trying to make stuff happen on her own, but you can't do it. Junglers are just not it anymore. It's all about hunters and mages. So if you don't have your support doing stuff for you, you're not gonna do anything.
No, I mean that is a definition of a game that has support diff right there. That is support diff if I've really ever seen it. Just look at stat lines from I mean, only 50 mitigated because they just were not able to do anything. Dude, 1 and 20 is such a phenomenal stat line. If I were Aries right now, I would have the whole team patting my back.
Oh yeah, he played a phenomenal game. Pancakes in the chat saying he was playing with 100 to 120 ping, and that man was cooking.
Yeah, dude, imagine what he's like with 0 ping. I mean, glad he's on our side. Man, I love to see that right there. I love to see that adaptation to the situation. He said, "Man, I don't care about that high ping. I don't care if my neighbor's stealing my Wi-Fi and downloading terabytes of good Lord knows what. He is powering through with that amazing player damage right now. Almost 40K in such a short game. Can we look at scoreboard and take how long that game was real quick? Okay, I guess I'll just go screw myself. It's I'm sure they hoping it would be on that screen, and it's not.
It was less than 40, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
It obviously felt a little longer because of the pauses and stuff and disconnections. But bro, I'm just looking at these stats. Like, man for man, Chaos stomped everyone except for the jungle. I mean, that's the only people that were kind of on par. Like, Charybdis over double the damage of Heimdall. Insane, infinitely better stat line. Sobek, Ares.
Yeah.
So Sobek just took so much more damage. I mean, Ares had some good movement out there. I saw him dodging a lot of stuff. I mean, also putting out 21K. Sobek putting out only 13, which is pretty low even for a support in a 35 plus minute game. Bad stat line, 057. Callie and Rat, like I said, even though I think Callie played better, end result pretty even. Janus, 26K. It's fine. It's fine. Gets the job done. Stat line, okay. I mean, obviously, I don't blame him. Didn't have a whole lot of appeal for him. It's not really his fault.
That was a good matchup, though. I mean, we might have saw some pretty pitiful things as far as Janus ults in the beginning, but Adney and Janus definitely had a good, like, battle of, how am I going to put this? It felt even. It felt very even. It felt like these were two equal skill level players, just with different gods, and they kind of adapted to the situation. And Janus wasn't able to do a whole lot due to the teammates, but he did good. He stole that fire. That was a huge game turn. I mean, they didn't, come out with a win because of it, but they had a good amount of life for what was it, like 5 minutes or so, until Callie came in and had that accidental deicide, not deicide, the suicide. It's rough.
Nope.
It's rough.
Try again.
What?
Your choice of words. Yeah.
You don't think suicide was the right word to use in that case?
It's unalive, Mort. Alive.
Am I not supposed to say that?
No.
Huh. All right. I mean, that's what it was. All right. We'll power through it.
No, like I said, I think behind with a different lineup, I think Bilbo and Night Cancer can definitely cook. But they had no front line. I mean, Achilles, Sobek were nowhere to be found for them. I definitely think they have potential, but it wasn't it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is very true. I'm glad that he went with the Sobek pick because I feel like he would have fed even harder if he didn't have that huge dash to get him out of situations. He definitely would have fed a little bit harder in the early game if he didn't have that dash to get out of so many trades in the beginning, the first 10 minutes or so when they were all laning together.
Yeah.
So Sobek was a good pick for him. Very good safe pick. I got to say the game felt just as much as I'm happy to see the Chaos team putting out huge numbers like they did. Shout out to Agni. I did like the game when it felt a little more even. It felt a little more balanced as far as fights. I mean, they were kind of just all nosediving each other and getting pretty equal trades overall.
Yeah, like the first 5 to 10 minutes was a good fun game, and then Chaos was destroying. And then 5 minutes before that, we had that disconnect. It was looking Chaos or Order was coming back. It was looking really nice, and then they paused, and that just I don't know if it was just a coincidence, but that killed the Order team. They fell apart and literally lost the game right there.
Yeah, it is rough. It is very rough. I wonder if we're gonna see maybe better results from Night Cancer if they're not stuck with a god like Callie. Not saying Callie's bad by any means, but I just wonder if that was maybe like the best situational pick because maybe they're a Thanos main and Thanos got banned or something. I don't know.
Order banned Thanatos, and it's Thanatos.
I'm so used to saying Thanos. I don't know. Maybe a different god will help situations. That honestly can be a make or break for certain gods. Is how can that change things? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I really hope the Order team comes together and be like, "Hey, Achilles, buddy, here's a build.
Oh, the
Go
build!
tank."
Don't even get me started on the build. I'll be here all day.
Like, I mean, like that's where you got to come together as a team. And I mean, I know some people don't take constructive criticism or help very well, but I mean, gosh, I mean, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror on that one and be like, yeah, that wasn't it. I got hard diffed in every aspect. What am I doing wrong?
Dang it, dude. The Jotun's vigor. It's the Glad Shield. It's the Odie. It's like, what is this man thinking?
Like
bro?
Glad Shield, yeah, like I'm all for the Glad Shield. That made sense. The Warriors Glad Shield, spot on. That's what you want to be building. But the Jotuns first ain't it. It ain't it.
Nah,
Like
dude.
honestly, I mean, Mystic. What is But wow, I'm totally blanking on the item's name. The one that just got brought, Void Shield. That's what it is. Void Shield.
Oh, we love a good Void Shield.
Either one of those, start those items, then go into your Glad Shield. And
Yeah.
I mean, we're cooking.
All right. That about settles it. We saw a good dominating performance, but yeah, we're excited to see game 2.
Yes, sir. Can't wait to see you all there.